now we're back for the remainder of our Bridgerton first half spectacular.
Yeah, you're right. We have a whole other half to come.
Yeah, just like the jokes just write themselves.
I know. And this is why you like can't be like a loser sex-hating virgin. And
why am I seeing bum bums? No. Bum bums.
You know what we need?
I just want to see the Queen's bonbons, but no bum bums. Losers.
Watch the Great British Bake Off. Like, I could suggest you so many. If you tell me what you like about Bridgerton, you're like, I like this part, but I don't like the sex. I've seen so many TV shows. I can recommend you one that you might like instead. You know, you like the men, but you want to see them fully clothed. Watch Doctor Who. Half the cast is in that.
Go watch a comedy. Go watch Nick and Jess yearning for each other.
Go watch
You never see a titter ass.
Yeah. Go watch Seussical. Go watch Shrek.
Shrek might be too sexual for them.
Ratatouille,
disgusting. But anyway, here we go. We're in episode 3 now.
Another classic. It just starts pouring rain.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly they're all wet from the rain, and they gotta pull up to the cottage. And it was so romantic. That beautiful cottage.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And it's just called
My Cottage.
My Cottage.
At first I thought they were going to sleep in a stable, and I was like, that's going to be sexy. Nope. A little more class to that.
Mm-hmm.
My Cottage.
Way more classy.
Now, do you think that they bathed before they got in those beds? Because that was disgusting.
No, I don't think Sophie might have, but he did not, because
he doesn't even know how to bathe himself.
His scratch got infected.
Now, I dubbed this part of the episode Benedict has the man flu, because that was not that long ago for you to have developed an infection.
But again, remember the times.
Yeah, they've never had a tetanus shot.
Yeah, they haven't had their shots.
Nope.
They also are not disinfecting things the way that we do now.
They've all got scurvy.
Yeah. Also, they've been riding in the rain, probably touched a horse, and that's got shit all over it and touched his side. Like, there's just a lot
and he's drunk a lot of,
and he's drunk
more blood.
Too. So there's just a lot of germs around. So it would have come on that fast.
The fever and but the fact that he's loudly moaning in bed in writhing in pain.
He wants to be seen
so badly. He
Stunt King
so badly is just I was waiting for him to be okay. It was you so bad. Sure. Oh, and then instantly she disinfects it and he goes, it's all better now. And I'm like, oh my God, you are so dramatic. And the man flu has existed forever.
Yep.
It was just classic. And then her falling asleep in the chair, and then the Crabtrees come in the morning. They're like, the fuck is this shit?
Right. And even before that, before they got inside, which is she's not like other girls moment. He's like, there's no, I can't, he was like, I think there's a key somewhere to get in. The Crabtrees aren't around. They must be asleep or something. He's looking for a key. Meanwhile, she's snuck into a window.
Jump through the fucking window.
And then opened the door and it's like, bitch, be more resourceful. And he is impressed by that.
That's why all of the men in this show need wives, because I genuinely don't think that they would survive to adult, elder age. They're all so what do you mean?
Not only are they in an era where they're being taken care of by women, but he's also part of the upper class.
Yes.
Where even his mother has never cooked anything. So he's gonna be even extra of a baby.
He's completely useless. Mm-hmm. Which, good thing he's pretty. And Mott's biggest qualm with the show, though, is he really wants at least one person to mention the war. And he goes, can they just acknowledge? Is there anything? Is anyone being enlisted? Is anyone sending money? Is anyone even going to talk about? He's like, nope, the war does not exist. He was like, the fact that they have come up with all of these other social things and all of these conversations. He's like, they're making the men seem a lot more interesting than they probably were, which is they're just talking about war.
I think the 1% didn't give a fuck about the war, but I do think Queen Charlotte should mention it at least one time.
At least once. But Mats was saying, though, that like it would have been, Anthony would not have gone to war, but it would have been at the very least the third son or the second son wouldn't have been in like combat, but like would have had like it would have been like the kind of position that like a noble person has,
like Prince Harry.
Exactly. And he was like, that part doesn't make sense. He's like, so that's how I know that like there is no war in this version, because like they
like Colin's got to be out there. He's got to.
No, he's a pirate instead.
Right. He's always raiding the booty.
Yeah, that's why there's no time for sex, because there's no war. The men need to go to war.
Those two are so fucking horny.
The way, Melissa, he said 5 words this entire fucking show. Everything else has been, It's been the side profile as she's riding that. Like, yeah. He's not even here. He's literally just like a seat to be rode.
He's like, my woman.
My wife.
Is not only beautiful and have these big ass titties, and she was already my best friend before all this, but also that pussy is as fire as her red coochie hair.
The way that he went from being like, hey, I actually know that I have 0 skill, but you're making me feel emasculated, to being like, I'm actually really happy being like your sex toy, stay at home dad, while you are the breadwinner. Like, how quickly he changed his tune. I was like, you were never emasculated. No. That's just what you thought you were supposed to feel like.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm loving this.
He loves it. Yep. Loves her. Only has eyes for her. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. So after Sophie tends to his bleeding gash and his fever, she stays the night in the room, like Megan already said. The next day, the Crabtrees return. I'm like, where have y'all been? Where did y'all go? Maybe they got other family. It doesn't matter.
They were fucking in the stable.
Yeah. Benedict did not care. And they were old.
Also, does he not experience hangovers? Like, he's like all chipper. I'm like, are they slipping opium into your coffee? Like,
probably.
That's what the queen loves.
Yeah.
She loves herself a little opium. But like,
she hasn't been hitting it lately.
She hasn't. Well, that's how you know she's sad.
Yeah, she's been on her bonbons. Aww. That's what we do.
She eats bonbons.
If I'm sad, I'm having some chocolate.
They were gorgeous too. I loved that bonbon scene.
The Crabtrees are like, y'all have been fucking, and
I'm sorry, Mrs. Crabtree. Mr. Crabtree, like every man in the show, has no idea what's going on.
True. This might be the only old man in this show, because everybody else is dead. Everybody's daddy is dead.
Yeah, they really take that Disney like mentality of like kill at least one parent.
But I think it's also of the times. Because
there's not war, so what are they all dying?
Just existing,
Dysentery.
But they're also like 10, 15 years older than their wives as well.
True.
Benedict insists that Sophie be treated as a guest, even though she is doing everything that she was doing at her other house, being a maid. Mrs. Crabtree immediately clocks the chemistry and orders Benedict to rest until he heals, because she knows how he likes to get down.
Yep. And I thought it was like such a subtle thing that like without saying it, she's insisting that she essentially chaperones them alone together, which is like not something that needs to be done when you are like working class with someone of nobility. Like he can be alone or in a room with a maid, like, but he can't be with like a debutante. And so this very quickly, how she immediately is like, nope, I am treating her not just because you told me to not treat her like she is a part of the staff, but I can tell that that's not how you're treating her. And like, and also I kind of wonder if she recognizes her like a little bit or has some ideas, because she was one of the was it maid? That was just her. She was a maid in the Bridgerton house when he was a baby growing up. And again, Violet knows Lady Pembroke somehow.
Yes,
and they have shit together. And like, I don't know what that is, but I'm wondering too if Mrs. Crabtree, like, she can't entirely place her, but like there's a part of her that's like, I wonder, because she then also compliments the necklace. And it seems kind of like I'm seeing something.
Yeah. Good eye, Megan.
Thank you.
Benedict also coaxes Sophie into some leisure. They fly kites.
I love
They
kites.
tease each other. They connect over books and art. And he is impressed that she can speak fluent French.
And that she can read.
That too.
And he goes, oh, can you read? Like, you can read? Sorry. Oh, you can read. Sorry. I was like, yeah.
A maid in her position wouldn't be able to read, so it makes sense, yeah.
But, like, him apologizing for assuming she also can't read because of her status, I was like, that is also what you should be doing.
Yeah. Also, at one point, she's eating some fruit, and he is giddy about that.
She's full mouth deep in some cantaloupe, and he's smiling.
He's smiling in the way Daphne did when Simon was eating.
Yeah.
The way that I think it was Kate also eating something, and Anthony got
Oh, yeah, and it was like looking her mouth all close up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also Violet, when Lord Anderson was eating something, she got all giddy about it. And then also Penelope and Colin too. She was eating something, and
they're both eating all the time.
Right, they're both eating all the time, but she was eating something, and that was one of his first little. My penis jumped.
Yep. Like the way that they are all the food makes them all horny. I'm just like, no wonder Violet has 8 fucking children.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes you horny, like a gust of wind. Okay. As this is all happening, parallel, they're staying at the cottage, we are seeing the changing of the guards, as in scooping and stealing of the maids, where the Pembrokes are
the war.
Coming
this is
in.
The war. This is the war that you want to see.
This is the war. The war has started. They are slipping little sachets of coins. They are all of these things to essentially poach a full staff.
Yeah.
For their place.
Sophie, one person, was doing all these people's jobs.
Yeah, they need to have at least 8 people to replace her. And
also, Lady Penwood is paying all these people and never gave Sophie a dime.
Nope.
She told her at the funeral when she was like, you're going to be my maid now. That's how I'm going to take care of you. But never paid her anything. She just made sure she had somewhere to live and some food.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Also, when Sophie ended up working at the next place, was she like, oh, wait, we're supposed to get money for this?
Right.
Huh? Oh, okay. Brand new information. But then we get into a question that I have, which the Featherington, they lose their maid. They lose her.
Mm-hmm.
The mom says she can't pay. You've never seen the OC, have you?
I've seen episodes here and there.
Lady Featherington so much reminds me of Julie Cooper, Marissa Cooper's mom from the OC. I need them to play siblings in something.
Their faces are very similar,
and they act the same way. They carry their faces the same way, and they have that evil but also kind of enticing mom kind of vibe to them.
Yep.
But my question is Penelope bankrolling her whole family?
Yeah. So that's what happened during the season.
I'm also wondering, why are we talking to Lady Featherington about a raise when she doesn't hold the pocketbook?
Also, the other girls married off, which also helped with the money. Yeah. But I think because Penelope doesn't live there anymore.
So you think Penelope's not paying?
I think she's paying, she's just giving money, but
she's not. It's not. She's not the payroll.
Right. She's giving money to her mom. Her mom is dispersing the money. Penelope probably believes that it's going to the maids, but her mom is using it to buy new clothing, as we see, and then giving the maids random ugly ass dresses that we did see in previous seasons. That's how memorable those dresses are.
The Featherington's always got some looks. Mm-hmm. But I'm at what point does she go and visit her mom's house and be like, where's the maid? And then it's
the head maid.
She left because we couldn't afford her. And I'd be like,
she doesn't have time. She's writing and fucking and going to gossip with the queen.
And she has a baby sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The rest of the time, baby's gone.
Yep. Also at the lake, Benedict comes out the water.
As soon as she was walking through the woods, I said, are we getting a body of water? Are we getting bodies in a body of water?
Buddies.
Oh, and we did.
And she's spying on him.
Also, no wonder why they die young. What do you mean? You have an open wound that you had to get disinfected, and now you're getting to a lake, which is just full of disease.
But they don't know that yet. They don't know that lakes are dirty. They don't know that they're wounds. They know that, like, you get a cut and you hope something happens. You wipe it with water, which is also dirty, and probably a cloth that's also dirty as well.
Yeah, we would not do well in this time.
No.
As two people who, like, have very staunch rules.
We say that, but
we wouldn't know any different.
We are products, like, our ancestors got through it, so therefore we are the survival of the fittest.
It's in our DNA. You're right.
Yeah, we're the survivors.
We are.
Yeah.
But I think about the fact that I'm like, I can't even, if someone, like, if Mott's, like, tries to sit on the bed with outside jeans on, like,
never. Never.
I'm like, rip the sheets up. We now have to wash the sheets.
As soon as you come in my home, you gotta take your shoes off, wash your hands. You're not getting into this bed, especially if you've been, like, outside.
Yep.
Until you have stripped and showered.
Yeah. Like, I just can't.
Yeah.
You know? And hey, at least they're bathing in this.
Right. So he is like, who's there? And she's hiding behind a tree. But she eventually comes out and sees him in all his... And he also puts his pants on while he's still wet. Doesn't even dry off.
That's, like, such a boy thing. And I'm like, I don't know if it's because, like, we have, like, thighs and butts in a way that they don't. But I'm like physics-wise, like, that doesn't work.
Right.
Like, I don't know how you would pull that up.
No clue. But then they have their first kiss of actually seeing each other. And she knows that this is not their first kiss, but he does not know that.
At this point, this is what I wrote down. At this point, now that they've kissed again, and again, he keeps focusing when he's trying to figure out who she is, focusing on the lips. Because I'm like, okay, so clearly that kiss is memorable to you. So at this point, after we've kissed a second time, I would be offended that he didn't remember that it was me. But at the same time, in this world, Benedict knows that, like, Sophie knows that he is on a quest to try and find some girl. So at the same time, if he still doesn't know it's me, but we have that kiss, and then he decides to abandon his quest for the girl in the silver dress, for me, Sophie, not realizing they're the same person, I'd also be offended. So I'm like, there's actually no way he could win right now. Like, either way, I'm offended.
I wouldn't be offended on the second option because I wasn't being my full self the first time, and now I'm my full self, and he's still into me.
Totally, but, like, to me, I'm like, okay, you were obsessed with this girl. You did this whole quest, and now, like, you're just abandoning it?
Yeah. She was a fantasy. He's got the real thing right here.
No, I'd still be upset. He can't win in this situation.
But he then pulls back because he realizes the class power imbalance because he's a gentleman and she's the maid. And then Lady Mrs. Crabtree warned them separately that society rules would ruin Sophie if anyone found out. And I think that's what happened to her mom.
Oh. Well, I thought the way that Miss Crabtree did it, like, first of all, she immediately, like, asked Sophie if he had been improper with her.
Yes.
And it was, like, very much like, I'm gonna fucking absolutely ream his ass if he is. And, like, it wasn't like he would never do that. But, like, you know, we need to remember our place. And then with him, I thought her, like, word choice was so great because she's specifically talking about, like, he's like, oh, we're just friends. And she was like, okay, but she can't, like, the power dynamics in play there, like, consent is not the same thing. Like, there are stakes here for this. Like, she's meant to please you because she is staff. That is her role in this. And so you might, like, love her, all of these things. But, like, also I think it got in his head in a way that's, like, you can't ever even truly know if she does feel that way about you because, like, there feels like a big benefit for her to feel that way and a huge consequence if she does not feel the same way that you do. You're supposed to anticipate your needs and do all of these things that, like, it is just, like, inherently unbalanced. And, like, I just kept being like, oh my God, Benedict, you're going to be so happy when you find out she's actually rich. Like, you're going to be so relieved when you find that out. Like, oh, it's going to make your life so much easier.
Yeah. Oh, then he has to apologize again, and then he goes back to his mournful paintings of the mystery woman in silver because he had momentarily forgot, but now that he can't have the woman that he desires, he has to go back to the fantasy.
Yeah. And they are, in fact, the same woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, you're living in a house with her, and you can't recognize her from these fucking missing posters that you made.
Then they go back to London.
Yep, and we get more Penelope and Colin, which I wrote down. At least someone is reaching their pinnacle.
Because Francesca surely isn't. She's been getting it in with John Sterling, and she's just sitting there like, I'm like, is he even in her? I was unsure. And honestly, I think he might be unsure too.
I'm part of me, I go, John, are you also faking this?
Yes, I think he's just rubbing on her leg.
I don't think he knows that there's a hole. Like, I don't know what he knows. And he's like asking her if she had her pinnacle. And I go, John, if you know very well she didn't motherfucking have. Like,
but I think he may not know.
Eye to eye, face to face. I have never seen you downtown, my guy. Not once. So that I feel, I have to say, the actress in all of her scenes about it, I was like, it was killing me.
Yes.
So funny, so good. But like, you feel obviously bad for her, especially because Penelope's looking at her like, what? And like the concept of Penelope of like having sex and like the sex not being fun. She's like, what the fuck?
She's like, I thought you always reached your pinnacle.
Yeah, she goes, I'm sorry, there was an alternate. Like, that sounds really scary.
But also, I want to talk about this scene of getting ice cream. Because
melted fucking ice cream.
It was melted, but freezers are not what they are today.
Yeah.
So this, I was like, at first I was like, why are they just so randomly putting this scene in? This feels weird. Other than we just saw Penelope and Colin fucking in the carriage again.
Yeah, they're just rubbing it in their faces.
Yeah, they come out disheveled.
Yep.
And they are like, she
wants everyone to know. She goes, oh my God, is it that obvious that I'm fucking your brother? And I'm like, Penelope, chill. And
I'm like, how much? Because that carriage is also rocking, so they're getting just extra friction.
That, I hope she pays her staff so well.
So then it's the Bridgerton staff, so Anthony better be paying them so well.
I guess that's true. Does she just get to like keep all of her money?
She's funneling to her parents. I mean,
but besides that,
family. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So they get the ice cream, and this is a scene where if this was one of the other siblings, it would have been that sexual eating scene. And we don't get that between Francesca and John Sterling.
The chemistry's just not there in that same way.
Yep. So we've never had one of those sexy eating scenes.
Well, they have like a very comfortable like friendship, companionship, like love and adoration. And like feeling seen by each other, but it's not.
They're best friends.
Passionate.
No.
But I also think
they can sit and not say anything and just exist.
And I think that is a version that she could be very happy with that. But then realizing, I think this is also, this would be the time for her to get assessed for autism if that existed back then. But I think she's also realizing that like, oh, I could have a future like this, but I don't have to if I don't want to. There are other options, and like maybe I could feel different ways about him or other people.
And they try to have sex again, and it's still just not hidden.
And still, he's not going down on her.
No. Violet is also
she's
thinking
preparing her garden.
She is her garden. There's been a little sprinkle.
Yep.
She's nervous about intimacy after being with Daddy Bridgerton. But Lord Anderson is so patient and kind with her.
And so fucking hot.
Yes, he's so hot. He's reassuring her.
With those big hands, and he's just like, don't worry. And I was like, Violet, I don't know how.
Like,
waiting this long.
I would be rubbing that milk dud head.
Oh my God.
Kissing those thick, luscious lips.
Oh.
Grabbing that tight ass.
Yep.
But
I'd be taking off all of those layers, that little vest, the little ascot, everything.
But they finally kiss. Their things are on a move now. Lady Danbury feels like she's become the queen's default / only lady in waiting, and decides that she needs to find Charlotte a real replacement so that she won't be trapped in court duties forever. We already talked about the maid war. Now we're in episode 4. So in episode 4, Benedict keeps his promise. He gets Sophie a job at the Bridgerton house. They actually just pull up to the house and he's like, here's work.
Yeah, on the worst green screen you've ever seen. They go, hey, we're actually here right now, which, diabolical. Like, I'm also offended now because, like, we just kissed and you're like, we can't be together, but, like, you can work here. You want to watch me do your laundry? Fucked up.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He tells his mother that she would be a good companion for his sisters because she's so well read. He doesn't want that. He just wants her to be friends with his sisters and be around him.
Again, he's not thinking through the dynamics of this, but he's like, well, if Sophie at my house, I see Sophie.
Right.
Sophie around, Eloise likes Sophie. Good for me, good for Sophie. And I'm like, okay, for sure. She is now an employee of the home that you are in.
Right. Also, when she is in the home, she sees that Hazel's working there too. So he made good on his promise and got her a job there too.
Which I have to assume that the mail goes really fast there. Because, like, how did all of these things get worked out?
Sophie is thriving. She is treated, like, kindly and feels cherished. And Violet leaves their first real conversation wanting to protect her. Violet asks about what happened, and Sophie's like, I really don't want to talk about it.
She also doesn't know it's the Penwood estate yet. But I also have to say that, like, this specifically this part was very much giving, like, the Bridgertons don't treat their staff the same. Like, this is a different kind of, they've got a different kind of relationship, which I'm like, of course they do. They all seem happy. They've got all these things. They're close. We see, especially because we see, and I think that's why we had to see Mrs. Crabtree and Mr. Crabtree. We had to see the longevity of it because otherwise, I don't think that, like, any other family with their dynamics with the staff, when Sophie inevitably, they realize that she has money and, like, they end up together, that, like, switching her from one box to another, they have to show that, like, oh no, we actually do treat our staff in a different way, and we mean it when they say they're family.
We also got that too because Violet asked the head maid if they're happy and if they're being paid enough, and she said, yeah, like, so they are paying them.
Yeah, and they're always, you know, very happy doing their, but it is just like, so they're like, we are a very happy staff. They love this here, and I'm like, okay, well, but also at the same time, like, I think it is representative of the fact that they're supposed to be, like, the oldest money of, like, the old noble families there, which inherently, like, you're able to kind of stay at that, like, level and that point with having a sense of, like, expectations of how you, like, raise your kids to treat people because, like, your family name has such a reputation.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, I could understand how it would be generations of people who have worked for this family because this family has had money for generations and generations and has been, like, raised to behave a certain way and have certain expectations of them, which is why it's hilarious that Violet's sons are all absolute whores. She tried.
Except for Colin.
No, but remember Colin went on the pirate ship and, like, hoed about and then he came back.
I think he was lying, though. He didn't seem very...
No, I think he was reading fanfic by candlelight.
Yeah, I think Penelope probably gave him some books before he left.
Yeah, I think he was, like, seasick and, like, reading fanfic. But he just wanted everyone to think he was really cool because he got a frilly shirt.
Now that Benedict and Sophie under the same roof, they are making googly eyes at each other every second that they get. But there's also eyes on them from the staff members. And they have several near kiss moments and breathing on each other moments and charged up, ooh, my hand is on your button. And he is so worked up over that freaking button.
When he rips the button off, hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
Because he's like, I just can't take it. He's like, he's suffocating because she touched his button.
Mm-hmm. Also, I do feel like if he initially, instead, he should have, I think how he should have tried to find Sophie is he did the first thing right. Go to Lady Whistledown.
Mm-hmm.
Then he needs to have immediately gone to his mother. And then his mother and him needed to have gone to someone on the staff. And then, because the maids know everybody and know everything, to be like, oh, do you know if there's anyone else who's staying there? Like, do you know of any? Because remember, he was like asking, is there a cousin? Is there any of that?
Yeah.
But you're not asking you're not asking the people who work for the family because they know all the real gossip.
Yeah, but it would be out of order for him to do that.
You're right. He'll spread them legs and spread them cheeks, but he's still keeping it nice and buttoned up with the employees.
Right. So Sophie is rattled when Benedict says he'll stay out of her way, then pivots back to his hunt for Lady Silver. Again, he just can't get her out of his mind because she's right under his nose. He just doesn't know it. But he can't have the real thing, so he's searching for the fantasy. And he has a moment where he's like, I think it might be you. And she's like, I'm just a maid. Why would I be there? So deep down, he knows.
Yeah, it's like a cognitive dissonance that like he can't, the class aspect of it, the logistics of it are like too complicated to make sense of. That like, also it's kind of a really big accusation to like accuse a maid of sneaking into a ball and like assuming a different identity or disguise, because it, with like, as we know from that episode, it implicates a lot of other staff members of that, not just her. All these other people have to like look the other way.
Yep. Violet actively helps Benedict. I think we forgot to mention earlier in episode 2, she noticed that the Penwood crest thing was in the glove, and so that's what initially sent him over to the Penwoods. So they bring Penelope back into this, and Lady Danbury now. And Lady Danbury recruits Alice Mondridge. And Alice, thinking, she's like, I think I found her. And so Miss Hollis is invited over for a casual tea trap. So the tea goes completely sideways because at first Benedict is like, this is her. Like, I found her. This is going to be her. He tries to test her with lines from the masquerade, and she's failing that. And then Sophie walks in. Everyone can tell. They can probably smell on both of them the yearning that they have. And then Sophie
pours boiling water on his head. Which,
oopsie.
Good job, girl. That man, his eyes wandering. From right now, if I'm Sophie, I go, you only have two options. Real me or fantasy me. And at the end of the day, both of them are me.
Right. You cannot be looking at any other bitches.
No.
Miss Hollis confirms that she wasn't at the masquerade, though, because she was sick. So she is not that girl.
I'm not that girl.
After the humiliation, Sophie chooses stability over chaos, and she begs Benedict to just leave her the fuck alone.
Because she got offered a full-time position.
From Violet. And saying he's filling her head with these impossible hopes and jeopardizing her dream career. And he moves out to his bachelor place to give her space. So he says.
And what do bachelors do? They participate in homoerotic activities at the gentleman's club. Which, happy for them. I love that for them. And then we engage in a conversation, which the biggest eye roll. We're talking about mistresses, and everybody around the circle is, I would never be interested in doing that. But I'm just saying a lot of people do. And as Colin,
and the people that are in this circle, we've got Mondridge, we've got Colin, we've got Benedict. Who else was there?
We've got that white boy with the weird hair.
Yeah.
And that's the one who he's so excited to introduce Benedict to his. I think I might have introduced him to his mistress earlier, but he sees them
about it.
Oh, so he introduces, and he's so excited to be like, I want you to meet her. And he's so clearly obsessed and in love with her. And as the rest of the boys sit around and talk about, like, yeah, a lot of people have mistresses. And Colin very earnestly was like, yeah, I have, like, zero desire for, like anything else.
Disgusted that they're even talking about this.
Mr. Mondridge, I do think you could have tried a little harder in how you delivered that. I mean, like, I would never. And I go, I don't think you would, but like, I don't like how you said that.
He was a professional boxer.
He also came into money late in life.
Right. He came into money late in life. He's got a few screws loose up there from the boxing because it was even more reckless back then. So.
The way he said it, he goes, I would never. And I was like,
I don't believe you.
I don't think you've been propositioned for that, but I don't think you would. Colin, without a doubt. Colin says, get away. He's tossing holy water. Yuck!
You guys are evil.
Colin's using a whistle. Help!
Yeah.
Help! I'm being attacked.
He's like, oh, I gotta get back home to those titties.
I gotta get back home, my girl. And also, even earlier when they were like, oh, where's Colin? And like Penelope was like, oh, he's doing his like monthly boys thing or whatever. The way she said that line, I was like, that's not Colin's choice. Penelope said, once a month, you have to get out of my body and you need to go hang out with these men. And he's like,
I am tired.
Fine. Yeah. No, like it is, she forces him to go out of the house and not spend time with her. And like, he hates every second of it.
Yeah.
And I love that like, he is just like, he's all about her. And so as they're having this conversation, as Colin is earnestly like, would never, and Mondrich is like, no, I would never. Somehow, Benedict interprets that of, God, that's hella romantic.
That's what people used to do that were actually in love with people that weren't in the same class with them. They would have a mistress.
Yeah, they said that you can marry within class, but you don't. We marry according to class. You can't always love according to class. Yeah. And he was like, that's actually the most romantic thing I've ever heard.
This is perfect.
And he's like, I solved it. She's going to be so excited. And immediately I went, oh no.
Yeah.
A man has misread a situation and I fear it is going to go incredibly poorly.
Right. Meanwhile, Violet has sent everybody away and was like, go visit your fucking sister at the Sterling home. Everybody get out. Get the fuck out. She's been checking out her own body in the mirror and she's like, bitch, you still got it.
I love how she's wearing Bridgerton blue in lingerie as well. And I'm like, okay, this family's color palette is crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
And as the head maid said, everybody drinks tea, ma'am.
Yeah, she said everybody drinks tea. She's like, I got this shit together. Like, I will make sure that you will have tea tonight.
Yep.
So the kids are sent out.
He's sent in.
He's like, I heard we were having tea in a different room. And she is reclined on the bed with her titties sitting up high. And in that moment, I was like, if Daddy Bridgerton had stayed alive, they would have made it to Z.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Also, in that moment, I was like, we actually, in fact, need a Bridgerton lingerie line. I think that would kill. Fenty X Bridgerton.
Perfect. And she was like, I am the tea.
Take a sip.
He started taking the clothes off. And she looks down and it's like, oh.
When Mott's literally around that like 3 times. He said, oh my God, Violet. Holy hell. He drops his pants and she literally goes, ooh. Like, she was excited.
Right. And then we saw his tight butt.
Nice ass.
I don't know if it was actually his because we didn't get it in the same shot with his head. I hope it was his.
It's a good question.
It was just a waist down. Usually if it's that person, then we get like their full back.
Is he very famous?
No, I don't think so.
Because I would say in general, when you sign up for Bridgerton, I don't know how many actors are using like body doubles for sex.
But with how the intimacy clauses are written out, I think there's more leeway with that.
Yeah, I would just say if he's already a well-established, like, famous actor, but if it is his butt, that butt could get him cast in other things.
Yeah, like you could throw, I don't know, what kind of coins do they have over there?
A doubloon?
And it just would just bounce off.
You could throw a bowling ball and it would bounce right off. Yeah. Like, that was like a Michelangelo butt. That is like carved in stone kind of butt. Like a butt that survives famine. Like that is a butt that withstands and is in museums.
The head maid's name is Mrs. Wilson.
Okay.
So Violet was actually supposed to go to But she was like, I'm sick. So they finally consummate their relationship. Violet then goes and visits Benedict and at his bachelor place and gives him a speech about choosing reality over chasing his dream. And so it's not subtle at all. That was actually before her and Marcus got it in. Now,
because Violet's got to get it in, the whole staff gets the night off. And so finally, everybody, I guess, have been trying to convince her to come out to the pub with them. And she was like, okay, I guess I'll go tonight. And she's going, but then she realizes she forgot her satchel of doubloons. And it's like, oh, I have to run back in and get it. And at that time, Benedict is coming off the romantic realization that I can just have a mistress, and that's actually like so romantic. So he's running to get Sophie. Sophie's running to go get her coin purse. They are running on the stairs. Somehow, despite these houses being bajillion years old, they can't hear each other's footsteps.
It's not bajillion years old yet.
Oh my God, you're right. Very modern. Current. They just built it. Brand new. You're right. Running. And then they bump into each other. And immediately it's like, actually, we're going to bang it right out here. And I was like, I'm thinking you're finger banging here. I'm not thinking dick is out.
Yeah, it was totally a finger bang because he licked his fingers.
That's what, it went on for a while that I was like, have we switched apparatuses?
No, he wasn't out yet.
No.
She touched his button earlier, and now he's touching her button.
Facts. Hitting that button. And they are hot and heavy in that hallway. Like, hot and
it's
motherfucking
not even like
heavy.
Hallway. It's like legit on the stairs.
The stairway landing. And I was like, okay, someone's going to lose their balance. Like, this is not good.
Yeah, and she's loving it. She gets loose. Let's say that. And they are breathing on each other.
And then he goes into the speech I assume he's prepared on his run over.
Yeah, like, I love you so much. You know what? Fuck the classism. You are going to be my wife. We can give up all this and just go live at my cottage.
Saying all the right things. And then he ends it with, Sophie Beck, be my mistress. Melissa, I literally went, oh!
I did too. And
I was like, no! And Moss woke up and he went, what happened? Oh my God. And I rewatched everything. I had to skip that scene. I plugged my ears because the devastation on her face and the fact that, like, you don't know it, but right now she has been told her mother was a mistress who's a maid. Like,
and on top of that, her father also kept her hidden as well. Like, her whole life, she has been hidden.
And, like, his whole thing of being like, I found a solution, as opposed to saying, fuck it to the class system, fuck it, like, I love you. It's like, no, I'm obviously still going to maintain and regain, like, all of the power and control that I have. But, like, you can just be my side piece. As if, like, that's a wonderful deal for her. And, like, oh my, and he's, like a man, absolutely baffled that she ran away upset. Going, was it something I said? Did I? Well, and it was, like, my heart shattered. And then it's just fucking over. And then we have to wait.
There's some other things that we should talk about happen too.
Francesca and,
Francesca at the family dinner, at Francesca's family dinner, Hyacinth, like, also confronts Eloise, calling her out for being so dismissive. And it's like, actually, you try to act like that what you're doing is just caring about women as a whole. She didn't say women, but we knew what she meant. And you're actually pretty selfish because all you do is talk about yourself. And then John and Francesca go outside and a carriage pulls up with a cloaked individual. And I'm like, where is Michaela?
Yep.
She pulls off her cloak and they're like, why the hell are you driving a carriage that has an enclosure? She opens up the back door and her driver is sick or some shit.
Yep. She said, I'm a lesbian. I'm resourceful. I'm driving this carriage.
And her and Francesca look at each other. But actually, Francesca can't even look at her. She is flustered and beside herself. Also, Lady Danbury maneuvers Alice into being offered a lady-in-waiting position with the Queen. Alice is furious, and Danbury frames it as a life-changing position and as Alice's movement to rise above, like, her having imposter syndrome. So, yeah. That is this phenomenal season.
Fucking phenomenal. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I've watched it twice all the way through. I love it. Like, I love it. But I do have questions I hope that are answered by the end.
Yeah, me too. There's so many questions.
I need to understand the Violet Penwood relationship. That one. And also the actual Penwood storyline. Because, like, again, I don't buy that her mom was a maid. And I saw a theory on TikTok, which someone was like, this could just be, and you'll get this too, like, this could just be like an ease of production or like an accident. But it could be, if it's an Easter egg, it's a really great Easter egg. Besides the necklace, the other thing that Sophie has, only thing she has from her childhood, is a doll. And the doll is wearing almost an identical outfit to the one of the ladies in waiting from the portrait of Queen Charlotte.
Oh.
And it's not a woman we don't know.
Okay.
And we haven't talked about. So it could also be an implication that, like, Sophie's dad was the lower class affair guy, not her. Because also, it doesn't totally make sense to me unless her mom died immediately that, like, you as a man just abandon their kid. Like, he would abandon her with her mom. She would be raised by her mom's lower class, whatever. But if her mom was actually higher class than her father, or her mom was married to somebody else, then she can't keep the baby with her. He would need to raise the child. I just don't see the idea. The picture we've painted of him doesn't seem like a stand-up guy that I really want to be hands-on and raise my kid. And, like, he's calling her his ward, all of these things. He's not being a great dad, but, like, he is still being the dad there that, like, I would think if he would have abandoned her with her mom before her mom died.
What if, also, you're putting thoughts in my head, what if also, like, he was at his place in society and she was at her place in society, but she was married.
Yep.
And they had the affair. She couldn't, like you were saying, can't keep the kid, but he takes in the kid because he has to. And that's why he says, this is my ward, as in adopting. And so, like, she did die.
Yep.
But it was...
No one can know.
But nobody can know that this is who her mother is.
Because it just, like, again, like, I think the head maid at the Penwood house, like, she would have stories about her mom. Like, there are just holes in a way that I'm like, your dad's keeping a secret from more than just you.
Yeah.
And, like, that to me is, like, no one else... And no one confronted him about, like, I just don't think that, like, anyone it was their place or they had concrete evidence that they could tell Sophie. Because also, like, does it really change anything? Like, whatever that is. But it could just be, like, a coincidence that the doll has the exact same dress as the lady. But, like, it felt like because, again, I don't believe that her mom was just there's something else there.
There's something else there.
Because I don't know if it's going to be that, like, she gets the inheritance from her dad's side, they find the real will, or she finds her maternal grandparents who have, like, a ton of money, there's something that is going to change her title and her status. And I don't know if it's, like, you know, regaining it from her stepmom, or if it's like, oh, her backstory is much more, like, rich than we know.
Yeah, because there's no reason why Lady Penwood couldn't just let her continue to live her life as she had been before.
Well, that's why I think she kept her under her roof because she was
knew.
worried.
Yep.
And she was like, she doesn't want her to have, like, if she explores the rest, she'll realize things and she'll realize that she actually has the upper hand. So, like, she has to create this story for
and
her.
She also, when the dad died, she probably would have got all the money. And then Lady Penwood would have to go find husband number 3.
Yep. And even if, like, okay, they have this money now, if she finds out that her mom came from even more money, she is obsessed with status, and then she's a higher ranking than her. And so, like, she's got to keep her insecure and also, like, hidden from everybody. And, like, don't talk about your background, and, like, you won't know anything about her. Like, and it seems like she also, even when she talks about the necklace, she hides it. Like, I don't even know if the mom
she puts
knows
it always
that she wears
just tucking it in. Also, we forgot to mention this as we're talking about this. The Penwoods move in next door to the Bridgertons.
Yes. Shit's gonna go fucking down.
Yeah.
I love Posey.
She's great.
I think she's fantastic. My other question, how is Sophie... She can't even abandon her mindset of being a working woman for a weekend. How in the world is she going to learn how to be a lady of leisure? Especially if she becomes, what she will be, a Bridgerton. If I was her, I would be like, you have to get a whole new staff. Like, I cannot have, like, my friends being like, let me do your bloody sheet laundry.
I think the reason why we spent so much time at my cottage is because they might eventually move there.
Oh, okay. I would like that. And you're right, because Mrs. Crabtree never treated her, like, she always gave a stark difference in that. That's a good point. And then I said, R.I.P. Queen Charlotte. You and Lady Danbury would have really loved FaceTiming.
Don't say R.I.P. because in real life she does die soon. And I don't want that to happen in this show.
No, I don't want that to happen either. But I just think about it. I'm like, if they had FaceTiming, you'd be so okay. Or doppelgangers. Like, the Queen and Queenie could come along with you. You guys could, like, go travel the world together and, like, you know, the Queen is resting. She doesn't have any public appearances.
That's also part of it, is that Charlotte can't ever leave.
No.
Like, Lady Danbury, you can't return back to your home. But also, neither can she.
Well, that's how the beginning of Queen Charlotte is, like, her arriving there and being like, I can't ever go home. I'm not going to see my brother again. Like, he might come occasionally, but, like, if I want to visit him, I can't. He has to come to me. Like, and, like, her whole thing of, like, having, like, the ribbon dancers and all of this stuff. Like, Lady Danbury's getting so bored of it. And, like, Charlotte's, like, desperate to bring in parts of the world to there because, like, this is her whole world. She can't leave this world. And, like, she's trying her best to make this exciting for people. So if the people who have the choice to leave choose not to leave, because she doesn't have the choice. And I'm like, ugh, someone put Brimsley in a big old wig and have him just be, like, seen from behind, and, like, let her and Lady Danbury, like, go on a ship. Let them eat kebabs. Let them, like, explore. I think they would love to dip things in, like, melted cheese. You know? Let them like buy dresses in Paris. Yeah. I want them to have, like,
But the thing, as queen, it's not just, like, them going to travel, but as the queen, she does not want to leave the king.
No, he would have to die in order for her to.
Yeah, but in real life, she dies first.
I know. I really hope.
I hope that it's rewritten in this show. They just don't have to die. Like, it can end where they just don't die.
For sure. Like, yeah, it's a moment in time. And within that moment of time, they didn't die. And also, I do think they'll take creative liberties with that, because they have taken creative liberties with their...
Everything.
With their kids, too, though, specifically. Yeah. Like, her whole thing of trying to marry the daughters off, like, was not what actually happened. Like, I mean, King George really didn't want the daughters to marry because his sister was in a... Like, he just knew how horrible men treated women in these marriages, and, like, people would die, all of these things. And he didn't want to subject his daughters to that. And he didn't trust anyone. Yeah. And then they had one son who was, like, a rapist.
In real time, in 2 years, she should be dead.
So I'm actually I rebuke that.
Yeah.
Oh, and my final thing is, this is a dark horse for the next prequel. I kind of want Lady Featherington. I would be... Because she has these, like, feminist nuggets of wisdom. Like, she's, like, a fucking insane and, like, low-key evil mom. But, like, one of the things where she was one of the girls was talking about, I think it was Penelope, talking about her dreams, and she cut her off, and she was like, women don't have dreams, they have husbands. And I was like, ouch, you must have had a awful fucking, like, with that, like,
I don't want to see it.
I guess I just want to see her be, she doesn't have to be centered around her, but I would love to see younger her, because also, like, they're, like, trashy new money. Yeah. And, like, I would love to see her young at her first debutante ball, like, loud and obnoxious, neon colored, like, all of this kind of stuff that is, like, the exact opposite. And also, it's remarkable in the sense of, like, from day one, the Featheringtons were kind of like the, you know, side eye roll, like, they're classless, they have, like, so uncouth, like, they're so tacky, all of that. And, like, people just talk shit about them behind their back all the time. And like she withstood it and was like, no, I'm still staying in society. I don't care if I have the lowest position here. I don't care if anyone talks bad about me. I'm still fucking here.
Bitch,
and I'm like,
not leaving.
That's interesting to me as like a young person. Like you have to be such a that's such a determined mindset to have. And then like your kids also have that, like it's just impressive. And so like I'd be really curious what younger her is like what the vibe is. I would like to see it.
So we were talking about earlier how some of Gen Z is very annoying when it comes to sex.
Oh, God.
But there's this whole thread of them, like, why are there so many butts in Bridgerton? Who wants to see all these men's butts? And, like, the whole thread, they're like, yeah, Simon had that moment in the first season, and they're just trying to capitalize on that. I'm like, the asses that we've seen this season have been exponentially better than Simon's butt.
Simon's tiny little butt. Wait, butts are also not gendered. Like,
right.
Are we just...
No, but they're talking about men's butts. But they just don't want to see... I'm like, again, this is a romance. This is a romance. This is what you signed up for. Fucking. If you don't like romance...
butts, there's other butts.
If you don't like romance, don't watch the romance genre.
I do wonder if this like obsession with yearning, they don't like the follow through. They don't like to come together.
Yearning.
They
yes.
just want the yearning.
They're
like, I love a man who yearns.
They just want to smell everything.
You want a pen pal. That's all you want. You want a pen pal. That's it. You don't want to ever see them. You don't want to touch them. You don't want them to touch you. You don't want to be a sexual being or a sexual entity. That's totally fine. But like you do have to understand that like yearning is a means to an end. And if you're not ready for the end, maybe you stay in not the Bridgerton land.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Always end with fucking.
Here it is. Why do they always show the men's bums on this show?
Bums?
Personally, I'm all for it because we ain't seen a naked woman this season, and that's equity. But then everybody else is like, true, however. But I'm not complaining when Violet was serving tea. Okay, you don't like men's butt. There are plenty of women's titties running around.
Also, actual equity is not hard dicks. That's what, if you want to talk about equity and nudity in film, you need to see more flaccid penises.
Also, they said, yeah, because that one bum this season caught me off guard. I did not need to see that. There were 3 butts that we've seen this season.
If you're calling them bums, you are not old enough to be watching this.
And then they're like, because men have no shame. This is written for the women's gaze.
TV show. These people would have loved Twilight back in the day. It's like so much yearning and like no touching.
And somebody else is like, not that some aren't attractive, but really does nothing for me and rather gratuitous.
Okay, I just think a little too personal for you to be sharing online because like that actually does say a lot about like these people are really telling on themselves. Or I'm like, it's very okay to be gay, very okay to be asexual. I just actually don't know if like this discourse that you are having, I don't think you understand the implications of what that might mean for you. And like you now might be like thinking you're engaging in like stan Twitter conversations and really you're having a very vulnerable conversation about your own sexuality and preferences. And like I don't know that you know that that's what you're talking about. Like you're revealing a little too much.
I'm tired. I'm tired of the bumps. I'm tired of the sex. Like honestly, can they just free us? Don't watch.
Free us from what?
You signed up to watch a romance. If you don't want to watch a romance, go turn on Miss Rachel.
But also, like,
because
what's the alternative?
that is your level of maturity.
If you're like, I'm done with the sex, okay. So if you then say, I'm done with the sex, I want them to go to war. Okay, I get that. You want to bring the war in, but if you're taking the sex out, what are we replacing it with plot wise? Because like
yearning
forever.
They just want to sniff each other. They want to the pinky grace, which is what happens in everybody in this show. Is once those pinkies touch. That's when it's about to go down.
Well, I think it also has to be a fact of like yearning is relatable because it doesn't require, it is all like most of it is fantasy in your head. And like once you actually have like the relations, whether that's anything, it's not reading into like glances and thinking about it. It's not creating a fantasy or a situation in your head. it's like the actual reality, and like those people can't relate to the actual reality part of it, and so it ruins the fantasy. It's like, no, yearning for me, I can create a story that this person is in love with me, I'm in love with them, what we would do together, but like I'm actually never going to act on it or tell this person how I feel or do anything about it. So therefore, when these characters do, I don't find it relatable anymore.
They want to live in fantasy and not get reeled.
They don't even want
to I promise y'all, it will feel so much better once you just rub one out. I promise you. I promise you.
All of your problems will be this will not be an issue for you any longer. You don't even have to just.
It doesn't even have to be with a man.
No. Like, you need to be touched.
Once you reach your pinnacle, you will see the light.
We're going to have a population problem when it's time to...
Who are you sounding like now?
Now we need to send everyone to marriage boot camps and have them have sex very young and very early, and the women should not go to college so they can have babies. It's just I feel so bad for these people because, like, eventually, like, they are one day going to get drunk and they're going to have sex, and then they're going to go back and look at their Twitter and be like, oh my God, I have to delete this. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, this is so embarrassing. And, like, of all the shows to complain about this with, like, I do not like useless nudity. Like, in general, like, I don't like nudity for shock value. I don't like nudity in terms of, like a power dynamic, like, abusive thing. Like, I don't like when they want to show a guy as, like, he's a fucking baller, and you just show him surrounded by, like, 15 extras with their tits out. I don't like that. Like, because also I know that those people most often find out that day of, and it's like, do you want the job or not? Take your top off. I don't like that. I love nudity when it's for comedy. I love when it makes, like, sense with the characters. Like, I like when it's evenly, like, spaced. I don't like it when all the women are naked and the men are clothed. All of those things. So, like, we can complain about gratuitous nudity, like, power dynamic imbalance nudity all the time. You're picking Bridgerton? This is one of the few things we have that is for the female gaze of nudity, and you want to get rid of this one?
You don't want a romance.
You want to keep Californication?
This is what you signed up for. Go away if you don't want it.
This is what you yearned for.
Right.
And that makes me, like, so annoyed. And I'm like, what nudity is acceptable? And this is also
none.
They think they're having real sex.
They don't want any. It's like them going to see a movie about teenagers and being like, oh my gosh, they were so immature. Why did they make all those mistakes? Because that's what teenagers do. The ones that get out here. And I'm saying this as somebody who did not have sex with a man until I was 21. But guess what? I still reached my pinnacle before then.
Like, that's the part that I'm like, you guys, like, these people are also watching Heated Rivalry, which is really it's making me really confused. And if I'm confused, imagine how confused they must feel.
Right.
Like, they don't want to have sex. They hate nudity. But they got to watch someone getting railed.
Right.
Playing hockey. Like.
But it's a beautiful love story. I do want to point that out since so many people have pointed that out to us.
No, but the people who are obsessed, all they do is talk about the sex. And I'm just like, you are also the same people who are like, God forbid you have, you touch a person in real life. And God forbid, I don't know. It is wild to see the difference about how people talk about the sex or the nudity in Bridgerton versus Heated Rivalry, and, like, the proxy to women, and, like, how that makes people deeply uncomfortable. And I'm like, this sounds like a conversation for your therapist, not Twitter, and I don't think they realize that. And then they'll look back on it and be like, oh, that was really vulnerable of me.
My sister Melanie just texted me and said, this is how it says is, damn, Francesca's not coming because she wants vagina.
Yeah. The way that she looked at Michaela, I said, oh.
What happened, though? What happened back in Scotland? Because something clearly happened.
Well, because when he said we reconsummated our marriage, I was like, didn't he have to go to... It's crazy how much these men have to go away to work on ships, and none of the work is war. He had to, like, go away, and, like, that's why Eloise came, so she wouldn't be, like, lonely. Michaela made sure she wasn't lonely. And also, like, does Eloise, you're perceptive. Do you not know?
Right. What was Eloise doing?
And also, Eloise, you should have gone in on that, because I think you need to try women one time, and then
I think
just to make sure.
I'm just going to keep fighting for her and that she might be asexual. I know that she will eventually get a man in the show.
That would be crazy to me. Like, to me, she's gay or she's asexual. That's the only way it makes sense to me.
Maybe they'll make it so they're both beards for each other.
Oh, I think she would love that life.
Mm-hmm. Because
I really
with
think
Penelope, she just wanted them to be hanging out reading books all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she just finds a man that stimulates her intellectually, but there's not actual, and they can like have a life together, but they're not like they have sex because everybody's got to have a kid at some point, but it's just like whatever.
Eloise just needs to meet a gay man and then be like, I found him.
That's what I'm
saying. But I'm realizing I don't know that she's met anyone who's gay yet.
Her brother, she doesn't know it.
The little one?
No, the old Benedict. Benedict knows so many gay men. He could be the one that introduces her to some man that needs to take up a wife because of society, and she has to get with the man. Maybe that'll be the story. I don't know. I haven't read the books. I don't think that's how it happens in the books. But they've changed a lot of things from the books to the show. So maybe that is what happens, because her and Benedict are so close. Honestly, they have weird chemistry. But what if Benedict introduces her to some man?
Mm-hmm. And she sees him kissing another guy,
Michaela.
And she goes, he won't bother me.
Or Michaela does too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with Michaela.
No, I don't know what's going on with Michaela either.
But I'm intrigued. Also, if you watch the show, I don't know why you would listen to this whole podcast and not watch the show, but if you are not following them on social media and watching the videos that they're posting, you're missing a big chunk of the show as well.
Wait, following who?
Just Shondaland, and they're posting individual videos of everyone telling pieces of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really embracing like 360 marketing, where they're on all the apps, and there's tension even when people are just in single videos. So you should scroll down and start from the bottom and then work your way up.
I wonder if Colin will say any more words in the next part. Yeah, he's just motorboating. That's all he's doing. We're just slurping it up
he'll moan.
It's just crazy.
I'm here to please you, Pen.
Do you think he looked through the script and was like, cool?
Yeah, he's showing up to get paid.
Yeah, I'm here for a couple months.
Yeah,
don't gotta say much. Get to stick my face in some titties.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, and it's not even porn.
Right?
Okay, love that. But it's literally so funny. He does not. The only thing he has said is I would never have a mistress.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only words. He's called her. He's said Penelope, I think, once.
Mm-hmm. And moaned in her ear.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only he's a reverse Bechdel test. He does not exist without her in the context of her. He has not had a scene this entire time that either she wasn't there or he wasn't talking about her.
Yeah.
Which I'm thank God, because last season was rough. We had to really endure it.
I still enjoyed last season. I know the other people felt let down, but I still liked it.
Maybe I'll go back and rewatch it, but I really fucking hate in any book, in any movie, where I especially hate it in Friends to Lovers, where they've got a great relationship, they're friends, everything's great, and then they start dating and everything immediately is bad and they hate each other, and I'm no, we put all of that work into the friends part.
Well, they have to have tension somewhere.
For sure, but then they were okay, they're friends the entire series until we get to their actual season. Now they fucking hate each other, and now they're lovers at the very end.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. I get to pick next week. Also, join us on Monday for Don't Blame Me. It'll be a good one. I'm just speaking it into the future.
Want to gaze into the future. Goodbye. Lady Whistledown. Out. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.